title, all that and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere.
The Cutting Edge, first time we've seen him in action in a while. Dagon Briggs has had prior commitments, now making his return here to Wildside, along with Jacey North. And the Cutting Edge are definitely a very popular tag team and only gaining popularity with their no-nonsense attitude. And their involvement here looks like Dagon Briggs and Todd Sexton starting this one out.
And interesting enough, of course, with Seven at ringside, that is always a diversion. I mean, Seven is one of those rare valets at ringside who interferes very rarely in a match. But the fact her mere presence seems to drive a lot of people up the damn wall, you know?
Yeah, well, I can think of a couple of things that will definitely cause a distraction when it relates to Seven, and she doesn't have to do anything but stand there, and the distraction will be made, and that is what Todd Sexton and Shadow Jackson have to overcome here. And if either of them are the red-blooded American males that we think they are, then that is going to be a distraction. Looks like a collision on behalf of the Dark City Soldiers.
Now that's a unique sort of tag, but considering how unorthodox the tags are these days here at NWA Wildside, that's just the latest or an orthodox one. Boy, that ring is noisy tonight, isn't it?
Extra loud. Tag into Todd Sexton, and this technician from the Lone Star State opening up with forearms onto Dagon Briggs, and what a way to kick off this week's edition of Wildside. Fans, still to come in your main event, the Wildside Tag Team titles are going to be on the line. The Impact with Scott Cage now returning from his injury to take on the team of Bulldog, Reigns, and Tank. Headed up, of course, by Al Getz as the Cutting Edge go to work on Todd Sexton.
Yeah, Todd Sexton is being rocked and rolled by the Cutting Edge. Returning here to NWA Wildside. Mind you, the crowd is still buzzed here just 1 week ago. As we alluded to at the very beginning of this edition of NWA Wildside, a pin attempt. Jacey North, still no go. We have a new Wildside heavyweight champion, as alluded to earlier, Hot Stuff Hernandez.
And yes, wrestling fans, Hot Stuff Hernandez is not going to be here with us this week. However, he's now engaged in prior commitments, but the champion very proud of the effort he put forth defeating the Iceberg, pinning his shoulders to the mat. Last week on Wildside, we do have a new Wildside heavyweight champion. His name is Sean Hot Stuff Hernandez.
Shadow Jackson in to break up the pin attempt by Dagon Briggs, who seemingly had Todd Sexton rocked sufficiently, but Todd Sexton, a man full of many tricks.
Rolling fireman's carry slam by Dagon Briggs, hook of the leg.
See Briggs land on his feet? Agile young man, haven't seen moves like that. And ending up landing on his feet since the days of like Doug Furnace, I would think.
Dagon Briggs gets a shot in there on Jackson, but it wasn't enough to avoid the enziguri from Todd Sexton.
You know, although so many wrestlers do that, enziguri is actually one of the most devastating moves. Boy, when you clock somebody on the temple, boy, with a foot, I tell you, that'll knock you goofy. Your up, pin attempt from no go. I'll tell you, when your balance and equilibrium is gone, I tell you, you're pretty much gone.
There's an Irish whip by Jackson. Goes for a big, powerful clothesline. Briggs was out of the way, but he was not able to avoid that 265-pound elbow.
That Shadow Jackson is definitely built like, as they used to say, a fire plug. A very dangerous man. And Sexton, I think, is just as dangerous. And the thing is, you don't really know how Todd Sexton is coming at you. This guy has almost a very schizophrenic wrestling career at this stage, and so it's very difficult to gauge a Todd Sexton when you face him in a pro wrestling setting.
And especially in a tag team matchup where, again, he has been the most successful. Teaming with Shadow Jackson, with Todd Sexton, it is different for him. It's not like teaming with former partner Tony Stradlin, but he doesn't care. Sexton can interchange tag team partners and still make it effective. He's that good as a tag team wrestler. Now Sexton has a Cobra clutch locked on to Dagon Briggs, and Briggs has nowhere to go here. He had better power out of this hold or it's over with. There's two elbows, and Briggs does manage to get out of the Cobra clutch, standing switch waist lock. Briggs rolls through. Only a 2 count as Sexton is able to kick out. Up and over goes Briggs. Shoulder tackle, both men go down. Rain Man is here tonight. He's going to be in action next week, defending the World Television title.
Whoops. Now what did I say about Seven not getting involved very often? Seems to be a new schematic for Seven.
Able to get involved here, and it's only fair to all the underhanded tactics used by the Dark City Soldiers, including but not limited to burning people's eyes out with blunts.
God, have you ever seen so many bald guys in your life?
Boot to the midsection by Mr. D. Jacey North. Twisted three-handled family grunza.
You love saying that, don't you, Dan? In comes Shadow Jackson in to break up the pin. Was there any tag? Mike Posey saying no go. Doesn't seem to be phasing Jacey North any. Shadow Jackson is rocking. Oh, and it's breaking down in the NWA arena.
Let's break it down, and Posey is trying his best to get this matchup under control. Wait a minute. Here comes Murder One and Mikal Adyran. Not really sure of his affiliation with the Dark City Soldiers. There's the iconoclasm by Jacey North.
Oh, wait a second. It was a pin attempt by Jacey North. Was it Mikal Adyran pulling the legs of Mike Posey? Did I see that right?
And Murder One came out here to give Shadow a pep talk here. Baseball slide drop kick by North. Tag made into Dagon Briggs.
Uh-oh, it's the Tope Pinasida.
Tope Pinasida by the cutting edge.
Looks like Dagon Briggs has a version of it of his own. Briggs getting his partner to set up Mikal Adyran. Murder One, oh no, but meets up with a super kick from Todd Sexton. Oh, the best laid plans.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, the team of Todd Sexton and Shadow.
And wait a minute, the Dark City Soldiers and Mikal Adyran using the numbers advantage here. But what is Adrian's affiliation with the Dark City Soldiers? We know Sexton had come on as a hard hitman. Here comes Onyx and Slim J to clean house.
And that they do. We need some answers regarding Mikal Adyran and the Dark City. Although Mikal Adyran was doing quite well in the singles ranks. And I'm sure he'd be the first to agree with me, but I'm kind of surprised why he decided to join yet another company. Of course, if it means getting away from Scotty Smooth, I certainly couldn't blame him in that department. But the Dark City Soldiers of all organizations.
Oh, Mikal Adyran's a big, nasty man, Steven, and he certainly would fit in with this crowd when it comes to that demeanor,
Yeah,
although their difference in lifestyle